The old theater stood at the end of a forgotten street, its once grand facade now a shadow of its former self. Peeling paint, broken windows, and a lingering scent of mildew greeted anyone brave enough to enter. The theater had been abandoned for years, but now a new play was being rehearsed within its decrepit walls. The crew consisted of 2 actors, Ethan and Laura, and the ambitious director, Marcus. They were determined to breathe life into this forsaken venue, unaware of the sinister forces lying in wait. From the moment they began rehearsing the tragic echoes, strange occurrences plagued their efforts. The play was an obscure work, unearthed by Marcus in a dusty, forgotten archive. He had been drawn to its dark, compelling narrative about spirits trapped within the echoes of their own sorrows, yearning for release. But as they delved deeper into their roles, it became clear that the spirits were not content to remain confined to the pages of the script. Ethan and Laura were seasoned actors, their chemistry undeniable. Yet, as rehearsals progressed, they found themselves slipping into their characters far too easily. Ethan, portraying a tortured soul named Victor, began experiencing intense nightmares. He would wake up drenched in sweat, unable to shake the feeling that he was not alone. Laura, cast as the sorrowful Eliza, started to see fleeting shadows in the corners of her vision, always vanishing before she could fully comprehend them. Marcus, ever the skeptic, dismissed their concerns as mere nerves. "It's just the pressure of opening night," he would say, though he too was beginning to feel the theater's oppressive atmosphere. It was more than just the eerie silence that filled the empty seats. It was as if the very air hummed with a malevolent presence. One night, as they rehearsed a particularly intense scene, the temperature in the room plummeted. Their breaths misted in the air, and the once feeble lights flickered ominously. Marcus tried to maintain control, urging Ethan and Laura to push through. But then, a cold, disembodied voice echoed through the theater, reciting lines from the play. "Forever bound by sorrow, our souls shall find no rest." The words were not part of the script. Ethan froze, his eyes wide with terror. Laura clutched her chest, feeling an icy hand grip her heart. Marcus, determined to maintain a semblance of authority, demanded they continue. But the voice returned, louder, more insistent. "You cannot silence the echoes." The stage lights exploded, plunging them into darkness. Panic set in, and they scrambled to leave, only to find the exits blocked by an unseen force. The walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, trapping them inside. Desperation set in. They tried to find another way out, but the theater had become a labyrinth of horrors. Whispers filled the air, and ghostly figures flickered at the edges of their vision. Marcus, attempting to assert control, recited lines from the play, hoping to appease whatever spirits haunted them. Instead, he felt an invisible hand wrap around his throat, choking him into silence. Ethan and Laura tried to help, but they were met with an unseen force that threw them back, bruising and cutting them. Blood stained the wooden floor, and the spirits grew stronger, feeding off their fear and pain. Marcus's eyes bulged, and he fell to the ground, lifeless. In the ensuing chaos, Ethan and Laura discovered an old journal hidden beneath the stage. It belonged to the theater's original playwright, who had made a pact with dark forces to ensure his work would be remembered. The spirits of the characters, bound by the curse, sought to inhabit the bodies of those who performed the play, desperate to escape their eternal torment. Realizing their only chance of survival, Ethan and Laura performed the final scene, hoping to break the curse. As they delivered the last lines, the spirits grew agitated, their ethereal forms flickering wildly. The theater shook, and a deafening roar filled the air. But as the final word was spoken, a blinding light enveloped the stage. The spirits screamed in anguish, dissolving into nothingness. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the theater fell silent once more. Ethan and Laura stumbled out into the cold night, the weight of their ordeal pressing heavily upon them. They never spoke of what happened, but the haunted look in their eyes told the story. The theater, once again abandoned, stood as a grim reminder of the horrors that lurked within the tragic echoes. Years later, a new group of actors would find the play, drawn to its dark allure, and the cycle would begin anew, for the spirits of the cursed play would never rest, always seeking new souls to ensnare in their tragic tale.